Hello guys. Obviously you guys are here because you want to know how to change the fluid on your 2010 or 2011 Saab 9.5 Aero with the 6-speed automatic transmission, or you have a 06 through 09 Saab 9.3 Aero with the same transmission, same exact process to do it all. So this is the fluid. Got from eSAABPARTS. I'll put a link down in the description. I'm sure you could use other fluids, but I just use the factory one. And just so you know, this doesn't change all the fluid in the transmission. It's only gonna change like a portion of it. So unless you flush, there's no way to get it all out. But that's not really recommended anyways, so this is all they recommend, about every 30,000 miles. But before we drain anything, we want to make sure we could get to the fill bolt, which is down there. You can actually see it. And the easiest way is to take out the battery, because yeah, you can't see it on the camera, but it's down there. So to do that, disconnect it, 2 10s for the connections, and you have a 13 down there to hold the battery in, and then we'll pull the battery out. Okay, so we are going to disconnect this as well, which is a 13, not a 12. Okay, so see down there you have a battery lock thingy. It's also a 13. Okay, now that that's out, weird, a little flap that I was holding on the positive terminal. You have your, I think these are 13s as well. Pull the battery tray in. So let's get those removed now. So there's actually one more back there we need to get out, right down there. Okay, so we're back doing the oil drain. I actually had the wrong size of whatever you call it. It's a T55. I only had a T50, so I had to go find one. So I went and bought one today. And now let's get this thing back on, or start draining. So here's the drain plug. And I make sure that is correct. Okay, let's get this. And the reason why, I probably already said this a million times, but just again, make sure you take this off first, because they're very hard to get off. Nope, it's loose. Okay, so you could just, you don't need to pull it out yet. Just loosen it. Leave it there. Now let's start draining it. The drain bolt is the 2-piece design. So one is for the level. So the first one is this tiny Allen. Let me get a closer look. Okay, so hopefully you guys can see that. It's slowly dripping, but just barely. Clean it off. Okay, so to get this transmission filled, sorry I'm a little sick, but I made this little makeshift little hose thing, the funnel. So according to which you need to fill it up with 3 quarts. Honestly, you could get by with doing like 2.6, 2.4, just so you're not wasting, you know, but filled up. I already did mine. I already filled it up. And then I'm going to show you how we adjust the level to get it right. So, after it's filled up. Okay, well, before we start it, we need to set the battery in here. Don't want to forget that. Not going to start. So I'm going to set this down. So now we're going to go start the car and let it idle for at least 20 minutes. You could do probably a little less depending on when was the last, if you just drove it right before you did this. But you want to get that transmission fluid hot so it will expand and you could get the correct fluid amount. They say, I think it says around, you want your transmission fluid around 160 degrees, but it just, most people aren't going to be able to tell unless you have an MDI tool or a Tech 2, or not a Tech 2, a VCX Nano, and I do, but for the sake of this video, I'm just going to show you how to do it. So, hit the brake. Okay, so now that it's started, we're gonna let it warm up for a while, and then hopefully you guys can hear me. We need to, that smaller bolt that was in the plug, we need to take that out, and I will let it warm up, and we'll get back and do that. Okay, so now that we let the car warm up for a little while, we hopefully everyone can see. So I didn't put a full 3/4 in mine, so I shouldn't have much come out at all because it's probably a little low. But this is how we're gonna get it correct. So, pull out this little screw. Which is a 240. Okay, so with the car all warmed up now, I got my little filler hose to my filler hole on the transmission. Now we're just gonna fill this up until we see it start dripping out of the transmission. The car is running, of course, and it's been running for about 20 minutes, so it should be pretty close to up to 10, but it may not be perfect because not everybody's gonna have the tools to verify that. But just let it run for a while, just get it warm. So the dripping came to an end, so we are going to, I put the bolt back in already, so now we're gonna pull out the pan, lower the car back down, and top it off up top, and so let's get that done next. Okay, so now we're gonna remove the battery, and we'll top it off, and then put everything back together how it should go. So I'm gonna remove this battery real quick, and then let's get it topped off. So now we want to top this thing off with 4 liters. So I'm a bit shy, which I think I have a couple drops left in that one. So I'll top it off. But so everything's plugged in. We did the procedure on letting it drain until it stopped when the temperature was around 160 degrees. Now we're just gonna fill this up, and that's it. Okay, so that's all topped off. We'll remove this. So I'm gonna let it sit for a second. Then we'll remove this hose and put everything back together. And that's how you change your transmission fluid. So let me let this hose drain for a little bit to get all the fluid out of it, and then we will put everything back together. Okay, well, that is how you do the transmission fluid in your 2010 or 11 Saab 9.5 Aero with the automatic, or the 2.0 I believe has the same transmission. I could be incorrect on that, so you might want to double check. Or your 06 to 09 Saab 9.3 Aero with a 6-speed automatic. That is the procedure. So thank you guys for watching, and if you have any questions, please let me know down in the comments. But thank you and have a great day.